All right. So today we are joined by community leader and advocate Demetria Henderson, the inspiring founder of Women's International Grail Inc. And through her work, Demetria has been empowering and supporting families all across America, not America yet, but Atlanta, especially those impacted by changes in social programs. She's also the organizer behind the upcoming Harvest of Hope community event happening November 23rd from 8 to 5 at the Andrew Young and Walter YMCA right here in Atlanta. And it's a gathering focused on giving back, building community, and bringing hope to people. All right, so we are going to get this interview started. You ready, girl?
Yes, I'm ready. Thank you so much for having me and having us, because Women's International Grail is an organization of single mothers, and it's us, it's we, it's everybody involved. So we, on the behalf of everybody who's not in this interview, we are grateful.
Absolutely. And I just want to personally thank you, and thank you on the behalf of the community on all of the work that you are doing. This is great work that you're doing, and I pray that you continue to get the support that you need to continue the supports for the community. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so my first question is, what inspired you to create Women's International Grail Inc., and what does the organization's name represent?
Okay, so I started off as a single mom at the age of 16. Well, my child's father was like, he doesn't want my child, that he's gonna move out of state, which he did. I was thinking to myself, like, I was 16 and young, and I was thinking, well, my great grandmother who raised me is gonna help me take care of my son. And unfortunately, my great grandmother passed away, and I was left on my own to be a single mother with my son. I was still in high school. So, you know, of course, as a young mom, no car, still having to get my son to daycare. I used state assistance to put him in daycare because I did not have a job. I had Section 8. I had got approved for Section 8. And so shout out to Section 8 housing. It really does help. But just the struggles of like mentally battling with being a single parent and seeking mental health assistance on my own through, you know, the governmental agencies, and just utilizing all the resources I could find on my own and all the resources that people recommended. I initially did not know what I wanted to do with the rest of my life because I had did so many other things. Like Atlanta has been great to me in the hair industry. And then during the pandemic, I had stopped doing hair. Everybody had to stop working. And I just, they're like, I can't pay my rent. I can't do this. I can't do that. My rent was behind. And I was just like, God, you have like what part, literally closed my eyes and asked God, like, what do you have for me? And I'm not like a very, I asked God, show me what it was that I was supposed to do with my life. And I was laying on my back, and a voice told me a nonprofit to help women that had been through the things you do. And I jumped out of my sleep and I called my best friend of 20 something years, like, I know what my life purpose is. Yeah. And she was like, what is that? And I told her. And then I was like, come on, girl, like, help me come up with a name. So we chose Women's International Grail because it draws inspiration from the Holy Grail, a legacy symbol of divine purpose, healing, and enlightenment. And our goal is to help people to be mentally well. And in order to be financially better, you have to be mentally better. And I know the trauma firsthand of raising kids, of being broke, of making decisions that you never thought you would have to make as a single parent. And bridging that gap, and then reaching out to others that can bridge the gap. So we came up with that name, me and my best friend. I want to give her credit. And it's just all about wholeness.
Love that.
Thank
you. And thank you, Bestie, for coming up with the name as well. It's a great name.
Shout out to Chandra Bradford. We've been friends since the 3rd grade. We're in our late 30s now. We are, I like to call us a Scorpio gang because both of us are Scorpio. She's like October, I'm November. And we kind of different, but we the same. That's my sister for real. So
love that. Yes. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Can you tell us about the Harvest of Hope community event the Harvest of Hope community event and what inspired you to host it this year?
Okay. So one of my good friends called me from Texas. Her name is Dr. Leslie Logan. And initially we were going to do a Christmas event. We are doing 2 Christmas events. We'll at a later date. We're partnered with the Lupus Foundation of America, which is one of our partners that will be at the Harvest of Hope. So we originally spoke and Leslie was like, let's do a Thanksgiving event. And I was like, you know what? We should do something for Thanksgiving because as you know, even with SNAP, even when people have SNAP, those benefits run out fast because the food has increased, the cost of living in the city of Atlanta has increased. Mm-hmm. And so unfortunately, it leaves a lot of families without food. And so we thought about all the things that could help families for the holiday. So we're calling it the Harvest of Hope because we know that there's some people hoping to have a meal on the table, okay? Yes. And so for the Harvest of Hope, we not only want to give families their Thanksgiving meal and make sure their kids have winter jackets and essentials and shoes and toiletries and those other things. We hit me up and like, let's do a Thanksgiving event. So I believe in divine purpose. Mm-hmm. I believe that like whatever it is that you're supposed to do, then that's what you'll be appointed to do. And so when she called me, I didn't have any doubt in my heart that that was something that was necessary. Because for me, I usually go to a Friendsgiving. I have some really good friends. I get invited to their stuff. Ever since my great grandmother passed, nobody really cooks, like a big meal. I had to go all the way back to Tennessee to do that, to get a big meal. But yeah, so like I thought about just families and making sure they have something to cook. And we also did think about like, okay, some people can't cook a turkey, but people can cook whole chickens. So we also want to make sure that these Thanksgiving meals are to be made easy, But yeah, so I'm gonna give credit to God, divine purpose. I was called and I was asked and we answering the call.
Yes. Love that. Thank you for answering. All right. So next question, we're going to move right along. How does Women's International Grill support families, especially those who rely on SNAP benefits and community assistance programs? I know you kind of already spoke on that. So just going a little bit more in detail about just away from the event and just the Women's International Grill itself.
Okay. So on a regular basis, like I said, when people reach out to us, we just answer the call. So we had a lady call about domestic violence. We do not naturally deal with domestic violence cases, but honestly, we couldn't say no. So of course, got with local officials, got her out of there, put her into a hotel and got her flown out of town. That's another thing. Domestic violence is serious. Her leg was broke. Her child was injured. This guy really was trying to kill her. And so it's not something that we naturally do, but we did it. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to rest knowing that maybe something happened to this lady because I do know people that called out for help and they did not make it. So God rest their souls. But just a little bit of everything, honestly, like, again, when like people reach out to us, I usually would call on people like State Representative Park Cannon and I would say, hey, do you know, because she's working in the districts that we serve and she's always here to answer the call. I reach out to some of our city council meetings, people like Ishay Collins, she's amazing, and just other leaders around this city and other organizations, nonprofits. So if there's something that we cannot provide because we don't have the money in our budget, because we're still working on the grants and everything and receiving funding, but we do have a good turnover rate for when we're trying to find a resource for somebody who reaches out. Other than that, we do go out into the community to do community work. Mainly focusing on Title I schools, going out to the community centers. That's why we host our events at the local YMCA. The historic YMCA, Andrew Young YMCA, has been amazing to us. We go over there. We go over to like CT Martin sometimes and partner with people who are already having community events. So we always unify with others. When they call us to come out, we come and bring whatever resources we can. Just for example, we went out to the Lupus Foundation of America because Two of our board members, Kayla Scott and Kenyana Brown, are both lupus warriors. And I also work in healthcare. I mean, I work as a healthcare worker. So we do focus on every aspect. We focus on like people with disabilities. Like people don't understand that lupus is a disability, and they don't understand how people that are impacted by lupus are affected financially, mentally, physically. And so we work to bridge the gap with the Lupus Foundation. We work to bridge the gap basically wherever, if someone reaches us, we do the best we can. If we don't have the resource, we literally are about reaching out to other resources, try to get something done, and we don't stop until it's done.
I love that. And that is a great segue for the next question. How can local leaders or community partners get involved in supporting your work in upcoming events?
Okay. So if people want to partner with us, if anyone knows anyone who wants to sponsor or donate, which is the biggest thing we need right now, the more that we receive, the more that we can give. They can visit our website for one to look at our work at wignonprofit.org. That's www.wignonprofit.org. Also, they could email us at info@wignonprofit.org. Our phone line is text friendly. They could text us at 404-690-3354.
Okay, amazing. Y'all heard that. Y'all heard all of the information. So make sure y'all are out there supporting this great movement. Thank you so much once again, Demetria. It's really an honor and my pleasure to do this interview, and definitely continue to do what you're doing for the community.